Vulnerability might make you weak for a moment, but it makes you powerful for a lifetime. The problem is it's constantly framed in the wrong way. You've got the red pill that tells men vulnerability is weakness, and the blue pill acting like it's the single most important ingredient for a successful relationship. The result is men end up confused, frustrated, and unsure how to communicate emotion without losing respect. Today, I'm breaking down why vulnerability gets labeled as weak, the real benefits of using it in every part of your life, and how to embody it without becoming needy or oversharing. I used to swing between being too vulnerable and not vulnerable at all. Both extremes led me into toxic relationships. But over time, I found the balance, and that's what I want to share with you today. Let's get right into it. To begin with, I want to talk about why vulnerability is seen as a bad thing. It's often portrayed as a weakness. Society loves to paint vulnerability as incompetence. If you open up, you're emotional. If you share your feelings, you're too soft. In reality, it takes strength, courage, and confidence to do it properly. Most people use it to get sympathy, not connection. And this is exactly where things end up going wrong. A lot of men get vulnerable not because they want connection, but rather because they want attention, crying hysterically, overloading trauma onto their partner, and doing anything to get attention for the sake of attention. And as a result, this tactic becomes manipulation, not necessarily connection. The bottom line is people can feel inauthentic vulnerability. As human beings, we can sense when something is off. It's our instinct. So if your vulnerability comes from desperation or neediness, it ends up backfiring. This is why people think vulnerability is bad. It's not necessarily vulnerability itself. It's the misused aspect of vulnerability. But when you share to deepen connection and not necessarily get attention, it becomes a superpower. And this leads me to my next point, the benefits of healthy vulnerability. To begin with, it's super important for romantic relationships. You'll often hear online, whether it's through the red pill or any other influencer, that showing vulnerability ends up making women lose respect. This is completely false. Authentic, grounded vulnerability builds trust, increases respect, and it can deepen the love. It shows her that she's connected to a real man and not a robot. And a second aspect that's important with vulnerability is friendships. All friendships have layers. Some are deeper than others, some are more surface level. The deeper ones are built on sincerity, honesty, and shared struggle. When one of your friends shares a vulnerable moment with you, it makes it feel like a safe place for you to do the same. The result is a bond that really can't be replicated in any other way. It becomes completely unique between you and that individual. And often this can only happen when you're brave enough to be vulnerable first. Another aspect of life where vulnerability is super important is family. Family dynamics can be messy. After all, everybody's upbringing can be completely different. Some relationships are more simple than others, while others are a little more complex and convoluted. But at the end of the day, vulnerability can heal almost all of it. Whether it's asking for forgiveness, expressing hurt and pain, sharing your appreciation, or revealing the truth of what you've been carrying. These intimate moments can repair what distance and time have changed. But understanding vulnerability is one thing, embodying it in your daily life is a completely different game altogether. Which brings me to my last and final point, how you can embody more vulnerability every day. It starts with the micro level actions. Just start small. Be honest about your intentions, explain your boundaries instead of hiding them, and share your passions without the fear of judgment. These tiny decisions build the foundation. And then you have that mid-level openness. This is where you grow into deeper moments with your relationships, whether it's telling a friend bad news, opening up to a partner about a past toxic relationship, or sharing a painful experience that you had with a family member. These moments show the people around you that you're human and that you're brave enough to open your heart. And this is where relationships truly start to evolve. You can have these microtransactions as well as these mid-level aspects of vulnerability, but where it truly matters is in the macro. These are the big ones, the big reveals, the big secrets that you share with family, friends, and loved ones. Whether it's revealing a lifelong insecurity to a new partner, telling a friend you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, or sharing the darkest memory you've ever held on to. These aren't everyday conversations, and they're not going to happen very frequently. But these are pivotal, life-shifting moments that really evolve your emotional connection with your friends, family, and loved ones. This is the level where relationships transform completely. And that's it for today. Thank you for watching today's video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more content. I post weekly about topics that help men on the path of self-actualization, whether it's finding your life purpose, healing past traumas, or even becoming the man necessary to attract your dream partner. Every video is designed to help you actualize one of those goals. So again, thank you for watching. Until next time, brother.